So, Aaron is going to enjoy this, but we just came out of student-led worship straight after the youth weekend away with school, and the atmosphere was actually electric. So many people came. We had a new bass guitarist, and Douglas spoke about courage, and afterwards so many people just stepped up and started speaking about their experiences and their encouragements to be courageous and be bold against these people who will mock and speak out against us. So that was really encouraging. And then George later on told me about a prophecy that he had that there's going to be a revival in Twyford, and he can see it coming, and that was the same last year, but it's grown since. And I see personally the revival coming on the other side of this video thing that I want to do, because Todd White, someone I've been listening to, has said God has appointed someone to be, let me get this right, God has appointed someone to step out and kill a giant so that the army stops being afraid. And this book by Ed Cole always talks about how you need to act with courage in the classroom and don't wait for your youth to go away, because now is the time, and now is when you do it, not when you're older. So Aaron was thinking, he's going to love this, Aaron was thinking about a couple of ways me and him can do this before we step out publicly. So how can we strengthen our spirituality privately so that publicly it will show? So he might have a few ideas. He's not as practiced at this as me, so it'll be interesting. But Aaron, what were the things you were telling me? Just look right there.
I feel like I should probably take my head down for this.
Yeah, sure.
A bit more professional. Okay, so in terms of how we can make an impact, being more confident in ourselves to really show others in our, especially in our year group, about why we believe in our faith and why it means so much to us. I'd say that, well, when we're at events such as the TFG Weekend Away or Soul Survivor or New Wine, wherever you go, you're always surrounded by that environment with lots of Christian or non-Christian people, but those who are willing to let God work and see what it's all about.
Yeah.
And I'd say that for a Christian, for myself, I'd also say for Josh, that it makes us confident. It makes us very aware of our surroundings and confident in ourselves and our ability and what we can do.
Yeah.
So I'd say, let's see, how will I put this? Just give me a second.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I'd say
Practical steps.
We found a practical step that me and Josh both are starting to get into now, but 2 months ago really, we started reading the Word. A lot of people say this, and I hear it a lot.
The Word being Bible for you atheists.
It says always read the Bible. I'm like, yeah, great. I can read it. I can read. I'm quite good at English, but it's more understanding. It's just a little bit of it, just a little bit. Psalms and Proverbs are probably the easiest parts that you can read, but also give you quite a big impact. So that's what we started with, just one chapter a day. That's all it was.
And I think the most important thing about reading the Bible to make it interesting is read it and then think, how is this relevant to my life? I think that's been the most powerful thing for me. So I can read it, this story, that's cool, but God works with these people in the Bible just as he works with us. So how is this story about David and Goliath relevant to me? Well, David was appointed by God to step out as a man who was brave, and he was one of the most unlikely people anyone would have ever thought would step out. And then he killed Goliath and tackled that giant, and everyone else stopped being afraid after that. So that just link it to yourself, makes it more interesting, and actually making it relevant is really helpful. Anything else?
Well, I'd say that to the Christians out there who are also finding their feet, finding a way to speak out and be confident. We've also got friends around us, so definitely use them. But I'd say that we're all messengers. None of us are God himself. So we're all messengers of God. So I'd say we all have a letter. We all have a letter. We all have the message. We all have access to the Word and we use it. I'd say give the Word out, give as many letters out as you can. If they get rejected, they can choose to open it, they can choose to put it down, they can choose to read it later.
But that's not on you.
It's not on you. It's all on them. And hey, even if they recycle it the first time, guess what? You've got plenty more, so you can
just annoy them. Ever seen Harry Potter? Just keep putting them through the letterbox until they get annoyed and they open one eventually. Okay, I think that's it. That wraps it up. 4 minutes 54. My arm is actually hurting. I'm gonna have to get stronger at this.
Yeah, uneven balance.
But yeah, all right. Peace.